All right, folks, I'm going to show you another power station, another solar generator that I picked up on Amazon Prime Day. This one's from BigBlue. All right, so it's really easy. You've got the input right there on the side, and all you got to do, as a matter of fact, with the Rockpals panel that I have here, this adapter that was already on here plugs directly in, and bingo, bango, you are good to go. It is charging now. So yeah, you know, it's really convenient. They say that it works with a bunch of different solar panels. The key is you just have to make sure that you have the right output from the panel and input into the BigBlue. Now I'll tell you that this BigBlue is kind of nice. It does have a lot of outputs to it. They say you can charge up to 13 devices at one time, or power them, if you know what I mean. But you know, I mean, hey, listen, it was a good deal. It was around $160 on Amazon Prime Day. So for that cost, it's not so bad. If I'm comparing it to the Anker 521, well, just the extra information that you're going to get on the display is important to me. So yeah, there's that. But it does connect real nicely to this panel, and well, it's charging up real good. All right, I thought I'd bring it inside so we can get a closer look at it. The BigBlue. This is the PD 100 watt USB-C solar generator with MPPT, 4 Cinewave AC, 4 DC, 4 USB ports, fast charge CPAP backup battery with 18 watt flashlight for camping and home use, 296 watt hour portable power generator. That's how it's listed on Amazon. Currently at $199.99. and that's 20% off. The size of this is really good, and one thing that I really liked about this is because, you know, like I said, we have hurricanes and stuff here, this giant flashlight on the back of this. So we'll just push this button. Okay, so that's the lowest setting, then the next setting, then the next setting, super bright. And then of course we've got the SOS signal and strobe. I don't know why anybody be using strobe, but that is nice. It's just the whole entire back of it, and with that going, that'll probably last forever. Flip it around, and now you see that it's saying USB out. I guess that is run off of the USB, and that's your battery meter, which wasn't on before. I'm going to turn this completely off. One thing that is kind of nice, you don't have to actually turn on the power if you're going to use USB. We'll just plug that in, and it comes on. It says USB out and gives you the battery meter. The display on this, we're going to get into some more of the specs here in just a second, but this is one of the things here, okay? So the display on this, I'm just going to show you the Anker here. We're going to turn on the display. You got 97%. It shows you as a percentage. I really like that. The display is really nice on this one. You've got your battery meter there. But the display on this has so much more information on it than this one does. The BigBlue has the basic stuff, but when you look at this thing when it's plugged into the solar panel right down here, here's an example of it. It actually does show you what the output of the panel is on here, and this one does not show you that. I'm going to do this. I'm going to plug in this iPad. just to kind of give you an example. And there we go. So the display on here, it just shows you so much more information. It shows you that there's a USB, shows you that it's charging at 11 watts, which this is a 10 watt output, so that's nice. And that there is 21.0 hours remaining on the battery. So something that this does not do. However, you will notice that this only has 2 USB outputs. It does have one of these PD100 or IQ ports right on here. So if you plug this into the wall and plug that into the wall, this will charge twice as fast. Also, the flashlight on this is just this little flashlight here in the front. But again, when you turn that on the display here, just a second, see now it's saying that it's only using 2 watts. It's the out on that, and the remaining hours left on the battery that's inside here is 81 hours. You know, that might be superfluous information for some people. Yeah, big word, superfluous. But it is nice to know all of that. Then you kind of have an idea of what you got left in there. But this isn't really about a comparison video. That's just the 2 that I have now, and you know, some things that you might want to know about. So the weight on this is 6.6 pounds. We've got 110 volts, 100 watts output. It's got the 100 watt PD Type-C and fast charging USB. The super fast charging Type-C port of this power station reaches up to 100 watts with Power Delivery 3.0 technology. It supports most USB-C powered laptops like a MacBook, Surface Book 2, ThinkPads, Lenovo's. You can fully recharge a MacBook Pro 13-inch within 2 hours. Charge an iPhone from 0 to 50% in just 30 minutes. Now you can recharge this from 0 to 80% within 1.5 hours if you connect the USB PD100 adapter and the DC input simultaneously. You'll get fully charged in 2 hours. And if you connect it to a solar panel that's 100 watt, the built-in MPPT control greatly improves the solar conversion. Now that PD100 thing there though, you do have to buy a special cable, and it's not your standard USB-C. That is a separate purchase. I haven't really looked into how much those charge because I really got this to charge with solar. It has 4 pure Cinewave AC outlets for DC outputs, that's over here. 12 volt to 16.3 volts, 10 amp maximum. Has the 4 USB charging ports and a cigarette lighter port. It's compatible with most appliances. And as they say, all without the fumes or maintenance of a traditional gasoline powered generator. They say they use quality battery cells. I don't know which cells they're using. Known for stability, monitored by a state-of-the-art battery management system, and prevents overcharge, overcurrent, temperature control, and short circuiting. Shown here on the website, 296 watt hours, 80,000 milliamp hours, 3.7 volts, and it can keep your electronic gear from laptops to CPAP machines running for hours or even days at a time. Provides a steady stream of power without the noise and exhaust of a portable generator. You may be wondering what built-in MPPT control is. It's equivalent to having a solar energy converter, so portable generator is compatible with most solar panels and increases the solar conversion rate greatly. So it charges a lot of things. One of the big things I wanted to know is, you know, it gets hot in the summertime, and if we have a hurricane, we're gonna need a fan. I cannot sleep without a fan. My wife and I both need it. So check this out. I did plug it into the fan that we have in our bedroom. Please don't mind the mess. All right, so we're gonna turn the power on in here. Okay, so this is on. I'm gonna go ahead and plug it in. And then we gotta turn on this and AC out. And there we go. Fan is on. You'll see right there that says AC out. Took a second for it to come on. I think it's about at the same strength that it was before, so we're good to go. So technically I could just leave that right there and we have fan for the night. If the power is out, I can't sleep without a fan, so that will make me happy. And wifey too. Now they say you can charge up to 13 things at one time. I probably wouldn't try that, but if you are gonna use this thing for AC or whatever, you're gonna turn it on and then you're gonna plug something in here. And by the way, most of these things don't have actual ground plugs, you know, like the third plug right there. I'll give you an example. On the Anker, it's got 2 plugs, but it just has one of those little kind of dead ground plugs. But if you look in here, you can actually see the metal in there, so I'm guessing that those are legit ground plugs. So I'm gonna turn it on. And then if you wanted to use AC, you'd plug one into there and then you'd hit that. And then it's gonna say AC out. So it does have, you know, some sufficient information on here. With this one, you do have to actually press and hold it. With this one, you just push it once. Now you've got AC out and DC out, so that's good. And then if you plug something in here, now you've got USB out, DC out, and AC out. All of it working at the same time. Turn it off by holding the power button. It's got fans on both sides. And that is your input right there. You saw me plugging this in outside. It just plugs right into that. It's a nice little unit, and keeping in mind, I do show you that Anker one quite a bit. That was around $250, $300, and this one listing right now on Amazon for $199, but if you watch for sales, it does go down from there. I think I paid $160 during Amazon Prime Day. At this point, I don't have a solar generator that's powerful enough to charge my electric bikes, my electric skateboards, or run some of the small appliances like maybe an air fryer or something that I might want to run, but it does run the fans, so that's good. And you can plug in the portable refrigerator, cooler type things, no problem. The BigBlue PD100. So that about wraps that up. It is a nice solar generator. I know that they have a whole line of these things, so I'm interested to see what else they've got. The display information is sufficient. Yeah, I would like it to have more information. The Anker does have some really nice information on there. For general use, this is going to be great. My wife needs to have her fan. I need to have a fan for sleeping. I don't need a CPAP, but if you needed one of those, heck, you could have one of these on one side of the bed for your CPAP, the other over by the fan, whatever. I say that because with this one, it doesn't really have sufficient power to power a fan and a CPAP all night. They have other versions that do though, so there you go. While I'm not a huge techno wizard and I'm kind of just getting into the solar thing, I really enjoy it, and I'd like to be able to power more devices. In fact, except for my refrigerator and things like that, it'd be nice to be able to just use solar power to charge up all my devices and stuff. One of my goals though is definitely to get something that's powerful enough to charge an electric skateboard. That way I could just, boom, I'm using the sun to ride something that doesn't take gas. Gotta love that. One thing I didn't mention is some of these solar generators have pass-through power, so you could plug it into the solar panel and then plug your stuff into that. This one does not do pass-through. I think it's still a good value though, and I'm interested to see what else they've got. I want to thank you so much for your support here on the channel. It's been around since 2013. It's always been about what my passions are and sharing them with you, so your support means everything to me. If you like what you see, hit that thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, there's a red subscribe button down there. If you click that and the notification bell, you get notifications when I upload new videos. I do have links down there in the description for my social media, so if you'd like to follow those accounts, I'd appreciate that. That's going to do it for this episode. We'll catch you next time on the Vapor Trail channel.